We all know how important it is to have the right mask for the right circumstances. For example, when you have night work and you wish to remain anonymous, then the balaclava is the perfect option to keep you covered. And then there are circumstances that call for something really special, something designed to perfection for just such an occasion. Imagine an unlikely scenario such as when you need to keep your superhero identity a secret from an office coworker who's also the love of your life. Then, these should do the trick. Simply unrecognizable. It's actually still me. But maybe your life doesn't involve discreet night work or saving the world. What a shame. But does that mean you don't need a mask? Well, not necessarily. For many people, masks are needed for more mundane activities, things like sleeping and breathing. And if that's you, and if you are confused about all the different styles of masks that could be used for things like sleeping and breathing, then you've come to the right place. This video is a CPAP mask overview, and I'm going to take you through each broad kind of mask, discuss their pros and cons, and help you make the right selection first time without the guesswork. Now buckle up, because this is going to be exhaustive. Here we go. Hi, I'm Ruben from Respshop.com. Respshop.com is a one-stop online shop that sells everything CPAP related. And our website also includes a ton of useful CPAP information, specialized advice, and details on services that give you direct contact to one of our certified sleep therapists for when you need that personal touch. Head on over to see what I mean. And if you'd like to stay informed on YouTube, then subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell to be alerted when we release a new CPAP video. And maybe give us a like while you're at it. Thanks very much. Right, let's get to it. This video is going to be your ultimate guide to help you decide what type of CPAP mask is right for you. And I'll include an example of a current model for each type. So get ready, because this video will tell you everything you need to know to choose the right mask at the first attempt. So, to begin with, I'm going to talk about the different styles of masks. And the biggest difference here is between masks that are designed to cover your nose and mouth, which are called full face masks, and those that are only designed to cover your nose, which are called nasal masks. Deciding between these two broad mask types is probably the first and most important thing for you to consider when choosing a mask, and it basically comes down to your needs and a size trade-off. Full face masks permit breathing through both your nose and mouth, whereas nasal masks only work if you breathe exclusively through your nose. So if you are a mouth breather or regularly suffer from nasal congestion, or perhaps you have a physical condition that makes breathing through your nose difficult for some reason, then a full face mask may be your only option. But the flexibility in breathing that a full face mask provides comes at the cost of size. And this increased bulkiness has several drawbacks. The bigger the mask, the easier it is for it to shift from its secured place when you move your head around on the pillow at night. If the mask moves too much, it can cause air to leak from the seal, causing dry eyes, irregular pressure, and other pleasant effects. Besides the potential for air leaks, the bulkier the mask, the less comfortable it is to wear, and it often means you need more straps and headgear to keep it in place too, which can make things even less comfortable and more bulky. The best general advice when choosing a mask is to choose the smallest and lightest mask that will suit your needs, as this will typically make CPAP therapy a better and more comfortable experience, which means you're more likely to see it through and have it work as it should. So that means you should generally choose a nasal mask if you can, and only go for the full face option if it is vital that you're able to breathe through your mouth as well as your nose when it's required. So let's assume for now that you need a full face mask. That brings you to the next decision to make. Full face masks come in standard and minimal contact forms. Standard full face masks seal against your face across the bridge of your nose, down either side of it, and then underneath your lower lip, just above your chin. Then there are what we at Respshop call minimal contact full face masks. These masks cover the mouth the same way the standard mask does, but only cover the base of your nose. The principal reason to choose the standard option is the stronger seal that comes with the longer line of contact with your face. This is especially important for those that require higher pressure settings as part of their therapy, as higher pressure settings naturally come with greater potential for leakage. On the other hand, some standard masks can be more bulky than the minimal contact options, and so excessive nighttime movement becomes more of a problem for the standard fit if it means the mask shifts and the seal breaks. And of course, as we've already mentioned, a bulkier mask is generally a less comfortable one too. In addition to these general concerns, there can be other less obvious and more personal drawbacks to the standard full face mask. One is that the shape of the mask makes it impossible to wear glasses at the same time, so there'll be no watching TV or reading a book while using your CPAP machine if you need glasses for those activities. Also, if you find that CPAP masks make you feel claustrophobic, a standard full face mask is likely to make that feeling worse because of the larger size and fit. Another potential issue concerns the connection across the bridge of your nose. Some users find that these masks make them sore after a while, and this is especially common for people who have a nose shape that includes a raised portion across the bridge, a shape sometimes referred to as an aquiline or a Roman nose. An example of a popular standard full face mask is the Fisher & Paykel Viterra full face mask. Now, minimal contact masks. By leaving the bridge of the nose mask free, these avoid nose-related problems and are also smaller and lighter than standard masks, and so should be preferred in most cases. But unlike standard full face masks which pump air into the mask cavity that can be breathed by either your nose or mouth, minimal contact full face masks provide nasal breathing via slits in the silicone seal that are positioned just under your nostrils. Now, because the minimal contact seal for the nose is smaller, there are more potential for air leaks, especially at higher therapy pressures. And because of the shape of these masks, air leaks can be particularly unhelpful, as the leaking points tend to mean that air is forced out into the mask upwards towards your eyes, leaving them dry and sore in the morning. But if you can avoid air leaks, or if you need to keep your nose bridge mask free, the minimal contact should serve you well at a fraction of the size and bulkiness of the standard full face mask. An example of a popular minimal contact full face mask is the ResMed AirFit F30i full face mask. Now, as I said at the beginning, the best way to reduce the size and bulkiness of a mask is to go for the nasal mask options. If you do, you have another choice to make, this time between three broad styles: standard nasal masks, nasal pillow masks, and nasal cradle masks. So let's dive into the differences with these two. The standard nasal mask is a lot like the standard full face mask, except that it doesn't go down around your mouth. Instead, it creates a breathing cavity that goes across the bridge of your nose, down the sides, and then above your upper lip, below the bottom of your nostrils. Like the standard full face mask, this longer line of contact can mean the seal of the mask is better, which is especially important with higher pressure therapy. The larger mask size also means that it is usually secured by headgear, which can come with added stabilization across the forehead. This method of attachment is particularly suited to create a strong seal, but it can mean more straps and clip adjustments around your head and face compared with other nasal options, with all the inconvenience and potential discomfort that comes with it. An example of a popular standard nasal mask is the Fisher & Paykel Eson 2 nasal mask. One thing to bear in mind with all the masks I have mentioned so far is that because they all create an air pressure cavity by sealing against your face, they can leave red marks on your skin in the morning. Now, although these marks usually go away after a while, they can be noticeable for a time and make some users self-conscious. If you are affected by this, you will probably find that certain parts of your face will be more sensitive to marking than others, so it can be a matter of figuring out the best seal shape to avoid excessive red marking. And it's also worth bearing in mind that skin marks can be caused by the straps rather than the mask seal, so look out for that too. One way to minimize marking is by limiting the contact points between your mask and your skin and the headgear required to keep the mask secure. The best way to pretty much avoid skin marking altogether is to go for one of the other nasal mask options, the pillow and the cradle style mask. These can both be secured with minimal strapping, as they are small and rest beneath your nose and pump air directly into your nostrils. With most of these kinds of masks, it is a simple matter of pulling the mask down over your head and placing it underneath your nose, and removing it is as easy as lifting it off again in the morning. This makes putting on and taking off the mask far more convenient than a process of straps, tightening, and adjustments. We've all been there. Also, since these options are very small, they are the lightest and most minimal means of delivering CPAP therapy. This means more comfort and less chance of nighttime movement causing the mask to dislodge and air to leak out. And it is also the reason why we recommend a nasal mask to side sleepers and those that move a lot during the night. One other great advantage with either of these options is for those with facial hair. Facial hair can be a problem for masks that need to create an air seal over the area of the face where hair is growing, as the hair can disrupt the seal, making the mask leak. So if that's you and you don't want to lose that magnificent beard or handlebar moustache, you should probably go for a nasal pillow or a cradle. That said, there is a drawback to both these minimal options. The smaller air cavity can make exhalation more difficult. Now, this doesn't mean these options shouldn't be used at higher pressures, but the usual best practices when keeping your air pressure settings as low as you can without compromising effectiveness is twice as important for these masks, as you'll notice an even bigger difference when it comes to the comfort of exhaling. What has been said so far applies to both the pillow and the cradle options. The difference between the pillow and the cradle is the way they pump air into your nose. With the pillow option, there are two pillows, which are nostril cushions that go slightly up into your nose and seal tight around your nostril edges. The pillows make sure the seal around the nose is tight, and so should avoid mask leakage even at higher pressure settings. That said, the pillows mean that pressurized air is applied directly into your nostrils, and so at higher pressures, some people find the delivery method uncomfortable, and it can lead to sore nostrils. If you are experiencing sore nostrils but really enjoy the other advantages that come with the nasal pillow, we suggest giving your nose a break every now and again to begin with. Eventually, your nostrils should actually harden as they get used to the air pressure, and the soreness should subside. Another thing to be aware of with the pillow options is the potential for rubbing to occur inside the nose between the pillows and the nostrils walls as you move around at night. If rubbing occurs, this can also cause sore nostrils, and our suggestion in this case would be the same as with the discomfort experienced by the direct air pressure. Give your nose an occasional break by switching your mask type every so often until your nostrils get used to the forced pressure and hardens. An example of a popular nasal pillow mask is the ResMed AirFit P10 nasal pillow mask. If you find the nasal pillows too uncomfortable, or if your nose really doesn't like that direct air pressure, the cradle option could provide a good alternative. With a nasal cradle mask, the nose fitting is similar to that of a minimal contact full face mask. The cradle fits under your nose and has air slits that sit underneath your nostrils and allow you to breathe the air contained in the small cushion cavity. Since there are no parts of the mask that enter your nostril, you should avoid the rubbing problems that can occur with the pillow. And as the air pressure is not as directly applied into the nostrils, the cradle can also help with the other cause of soreness. But of course, there is a drawback with this option too. The cradle slits are not as good at creating a seal around the nose, and so mask leaks are more common with cradle masks than with the pillow ones. So if you need higher pressure therapy, or if you are just struggling with mask leakage, a nasal pillow mask is probably a better choice than the cradle variant. An example of a popular nasal cradle mask is the Philips Respironics Dreamwear nasal mask. Okay, so that covers the standard mask styles and air delivery methods. But there are a few other specialty options that are worth mentioning. First up, you can get an oral mask. This kind of CPAP mask only covers the mouth and not the nose. Since the nose is uncovered, those using these masks are only able to breathe through their mouths, which means all the unfortunate symptoms of mouth breathing while doing CPAP therapy, such as dry mouth and throat, are quite likely with these masks. Also, since the nose is open, air will actually leak out of your nose, reducing therapy benefits. Because of this, oral masks are not generally recommended, but if you've had nose surgery, or if you have a particularly sensitive nose that makes any kind of air pressure applied to it uncomfortable, there is the option of getting an oral mask for your therapy needs if required. Other specialty options are designed for those with particular facial and head structures. There are specialty for her masks that are designed to seal better against the smaller facial shape of women. There are specialty options designed for children, and there is even a mask that can attach without requiring headgear for those that are unable to wear it. If you do fall into these categories, please get in touch with us for more info about their features and benefits for your needs. But if these considerations do not apply to you, these specialty masks are probably not well suited to you, and you should consider one of the mask types already mentioned. Besides alternative mask shape and attachment options, there are also alternative materials that might be used to try and make the mask more comfortable. Most CPAP mask cushions that seal to your face are made of silicone, but some masks also include a moldable blue gel in them. The blue gel is designed to provide extra cushion support that will eventually mold to the unique contours of your face. But if you choose a mask with gel, please be aware that it can take a few days for it to successfully mold into the shape, and the mask can be uncomfortable while this happens. Finally, there are masks made of fabric instead of plastic and silicone. Fabric masks are very comfortable to wear, but can be a little tricky to get a good air seal with. This fabric option is best for those that find the more standard masks too uncomfortable. So there you have it. I hope this detailed guide of the pros and cons of the most common types of CPAP masks, as well as some of the less common options, was helpful. I'll leave links in the description below to all the specific models we've highlighted in this video, along with a reminder of their mask styles. For more info about masks, CPAP, or for a personalized discussion of your therapy needs and equipment suggestions, please visit our site or give us a call for some expert advice. Or if you're ready to purchase a mask, then you'll be pleased to know that at Respshop.com we include a mask assurance policy with every mask purchased on our site, which means you can return any mask you buy from us within 30 days, even if it is being used. Yep, we like to make finding the right mask as easy and stress-free as possible. And remember, if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more facts about the world of CPAP therapy and equipment, and I'll see you soon on the next one. But until then, you know what to do. Grab your favorite style of mask and sleep tight. Until next time, friends. Bye-bye.